It's time.
How to sign up. See you soon at Pollyeyes Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's TLSN softball doubleheader broadcast between the Grinnell Tigers and the Dallas Center Grimes Phillies, sponsored by Pollyeyes. Grinnell comes in 10-11 in this matchup. Dallas Center Grimes comes in 15-19 or 15-9, and not to alarm anyone, but Grinnell has never beaten this Dallas Center Grimes team in all the times they've played. So what's going to be the key tonight for Grinnell to pull off a miraculous upset against one of the top teams in the conference?
I think the biggest key right now is what we've seen the last couple games that they played is trying to reduce the errors out on the field or take advantage of when the other team creates errors. So just like when they played Newton the other night, Newton had 2 or 3, 4 errors, I believe, that they capitalized off it and they struck right away and put runs on in to get runs in.
So we're off and running in this double header as Hannah Barons is on the mound tonight. It was supposed to be Meredith McKnight, but because of a little bit of a heart issue that seems to somewhat reoccur with Meredith, she is not able to be here tonight, and we wish her well and sending her prayers to Meredith, and hopefully she gets better. So Hannah is on the circle tonight, starting for Grinnell, and she got going with the ball, but comes right back and goes right down the middle with a strike. Apologies if there's a little bit of wind this evening. It is very windy here at the softball diamond. And that one knocked high, far and left. It'll bounce onto the tennis courts, and yep, bounced right in. This Dallas Center Grimes team can hit these things far. 8 home runs on the season. Grinnell has 6, but 8 home runs still very impressive for any team. And Dallas Center Grimes knows exactly where to put these things. That one up top for ball 2.
If you're tuning in tonight on YouTube for the first time, normally we do a Facebook live stream and a YouTube live stream, but had some issues with Facebook, so we're switching 100% onto our YouTube live account like we originally started. That was a pop-out fly. Lindsay Hollowball caught it. So the out number 1 on the board.
So this is the sophomore Morgan Rosenbeck up to bat for the Phillies. 1 out, none on for the Phillies. And that one's up in the corner for ball 1. Also happening on the other side of the baseball complex over here is the baseball team is going on. And already Dallas Center Grimes coach is having a talk with both umpires here. This early in the game, it's pretty interesting. No idea. So here comes Coach Doty out. I don't know if it's something about lineups. So he's walking out to Hannah, and he's kind of.
They're saying she had one illegal pitch, so that's what their coach is doing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it, but if you come off the rubber, you can't come off the rubber until after you release it. So I think.
Yeah, so Hannah, what we're getting from down there, and then Chris Rodebush up here is it was an illegal pitch by Hannah. She came off the rubber, and that's what Doty was talking to. That's what Dallas Center Grimes' coach was talking about. Yeah. That good one goes up in the corner for strike 2. Or strike 1, excuse me. Well, you know, Hannah's got to be a little shaky to start. Not really expecting to play or start today, at least. One swung on, or not swung on, excuse me, up top for ball 2. On Friday night when we were here, Newton put up 1 score in the top of the first and then never scored again, as that one's popped out into the infield to Megan Doty. And they're going to say it was a balk. So the out doesn't count. And now, yeah, so considered a balk. Mr. Motion on the way out. So the count is 3-1 now. Or was it another legal pitch? A lot of confusion here to start. I think the count might have gone back to 2-1. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to assume 3-1, but I'm pretty sure it's 2-1. That one's laid on for a bunt. Hannah turns around, throws to first, and out. Boy, has this been anything but a smooth start to the ball game.
Weird to bunt on 3-1.
That one falled in. No. We're not off to a start tonight that's smooth. That's going to go down as a strike, but the umpire. Yeah, it looked like the first base umpire was the one that called it. That's down for strike 2. Did they really? Okay, so the first one was illegal, and then so that goes down for strike 1.
That's been called all year, though.
That one popped out, and Copernall's going to come down with it. And do we get another illegal throw? It looks like it. Another illegal throw on Hannah. Wow. I'm actually stunned. So 2 balls, 1 strike. That is 2 outs Grinnell has technically gotten, but not gotten. That's down for strike 2. I don't really ever see that called.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. Speed, both feet are starting on the mound. Hopping. It's too bad they haven't called it all year. It's not fair to her, you know what I mean?
That one swung on and lounged down in the gap. So Dallas Center Grimes gets to first.
So her back foot's coming off the ground. That's hopping. Gotcha.
Yeah, so Hannah is in the circle. Her back foot isn't coming off the ground, which is apparently
Back foot's got to slide.
yeah, back foot has to slide on the dirt and hers isn't. That one it did, down for strike 1.
That for sure strike. Alright. I gotta look at that. I gotta look at the base now. I gotta look at the base guy. Yeah, he does that. That's illegal. Alright, I'll look at him. You guys look at the.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
look at that.
So if he puts a fist up, okay. Okay, strike 2. I'm now going to second guess every single pitch that happens tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. See if Hannah can get out of the inning. 0-2. This one popped up in the infield, and Hannah comes down with it.
Wow, imagine that.
And guess what?
5 outs later.
5 outs later, we're headed to the bottom of the first. We're all knotted up 0-0.
One hit.
All right, so we are back after that top of that first inning. Crazy first inning. That lasted 5 outs long. And now we're here in the bottom of the first, and Megan Doty's up to bat first. Coach Doty was having a little bit of a chat there with the umpires, trying to explain what all was going, but should be all figured out here soon. And hopefully Hannah can get going here, but she was able to get out of that inning, so that's all that matters. On top of the mound for Dallas Center Grimes is Lonnie Gannon. And take a look at her stats so far this season. 7-6 record, 89 innings pitched. She's allowed 102 hits. An ERA of 2.90. As Megan pops that one out to left field, Dallas Center Grimes races back, and no, it didn't get out, but man, it went all the way to the fence line, and Megan gets on second. I thought it was going to go foul.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Kate Kriegel.
So Kriegel steps up to bat for Grinnell. Kate thought about bunting there, but goes down for a called strike. And we just talked to Doty today. That one bunted down and on to first, but Megan gets to third. Anyway, we were talking to Doty earlier today about Megan's hitting style, and he talked about how she is always one to not hit on that first pitch. So Kiana up to bat now. That one falls in for strike 1. Kiana lays the bunt, races on to first, and she's going to be safe. They go home, and it is safe. And Grinnell is on the board. 1-0 early. So Hannah Barron's the pitcher up to bat for Grinnell. Just grazed the strike zone for strike one. No balls, one strike. Down the dirt for ball one. That one almost hit her right there on the right side. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, none on. Grinnell leads Dallas Center Grimes 1-0. And she grounds that one down and out for out number 3. So that does it for the end of the first inning. We're headed to the top of the second. Grinnell leads over Dallas Center Grimes 1-0.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, third generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit pollyi'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Pollyi's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Dallas Center Grimes is going to lead off here at the top of the second inning. Grinnell leads over Dallas Center Grimes 1-0. We apologize for the wind so far. We're trying to just kind of move around to try to make the most of it. It's probably glitching out the stream a little bit, and we apologize, but this thing will be posted afterwards as a recording. So we are recording, so no matter what, we'll have a nice, clear way of going through. But it is, this is definitely the windiest conditions we've broadcast in. Probably more than football, I'd say.
Yes.
One ball, one strike. Ball 2. Swung on and fouled. Count is even at 2-2. Two-two pitch. Grounded out to Copernall, and Copernall throws it on to first, out for out number 1.
Brings up number 10, Lauren Osborne.
So Osborne up to bat now for the Phillies. And yeah, if you're on the YouTube side, obviously that's the only side you're on right now. The wind is a major factor of why it's a little glitchy this evening. Not much we can do about that one. That was a beautiful pitch right inside by Hannah. Oh, 1. Up top, ball 1. One fouled down the left field line. Wish I knew the reason, but every Dallas Center Grimes player is wearing a green bow in their hair. Almost every single one of them. I don't know the reason, but just happened to notice that.
Bow of the day.
I guess. I mean, usually it has maybe a significance or something. That one's going to be popped way up in the air. Hannah gets underneath of it. That's pretty hard, especially in these winds. That ball can shift pretty quickly. But Hannah's able to get down with it.
Brings up the pitcher, Wayne Gannon.
2 outs, none on. And Gannon's up to bat for the Phillies.
One side note, when we were talking to Mike Doty this afternoon, he said the wind could blow all evening because they have a couple of power hitters that put some out of the ballpark. So hopefully he's hoping the wind will blow them back in.
I kind of hope the wind would just go away.
I could go for that too.
Second game.
Yeah, as the night goes on, I don't think it'll be that bad. So if you're watching this one and you're just fed up with the glitchiness, come back for game 2. No balls, 1 strike. One falls down for ball 1. One pop to right field. What a catch by Ashley Imhoff. And that'll end the half inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Grinnell leads over Dallas Center Grimes 1-0. So leading off for Grinnell here in the bottom of the second inning, Lindsay Holloway, as she looks at strike 1. I gotta say, I don't think a lot of people had Grinnell winning 1-0 at the end of 2 innings. That one rolled in the dirt before it got to the catcher there, down for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Just outside for ball 2. Two one. That one swung on just inside for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 out. So Ella McAlexander up to bat now for Grinnell. Pretty good game against Newton on Friday night. 1 out, none on. Just outside for ball 1. Swung on for strike 1. Looks like Gannon's getting a rhythm going here in the circle. Ella fouls that one off for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. None on here in the bottom of the second. Ella grounds that one down to the short or second baseman, and it's going to be out for out number 2. So Ashley Imhoff up to bat now for Grinnell. She didn't bat much in Friday night's game. That one inside or outside for ball 1, or strike 1, excuse me. Ashley gets a huge chunk of that one. It's popped out to right field, and it's going to be caught on the run. And that'll do it for the second inning. We're headed to the top of the third. Grinnell leads over Dallas Center Grimes 1-0.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So Hendricks up to bat now for Dallas Center Grimes to start the third inning. Up top for ball 1. Despite the wind, it is definitely warmer than Friday night.
It's a beautiful night.
Yeah. If we weren't recording, this would be perfect. That one's right down the middle for strike 1. Try to give you updates as the night goes on through the baseball team. I don't think we can see the scoreboard from here, but
Right now it's Dallas Center Grimes 5, Grinnell 0.
oh wow, okay, okay.
We don't want to know.
Yeah, never mind. Don't tell us anymore.
Bottom of the third.
Yikes. Okay. We'll be over there tomorrow night against Knoxville. One ball, 2 strikes. No outs, nobody on. Hendricks couldn't get that one down. It went right through Lindsay's hand and right through Megan's grip. And Dallas Center Grimes gets on first.
Brings up number 3, Hannah Rauschenberg.
Seems like softball more than anything is so prone to rallies. So DCG back in the batter's box. Ball 1. Foul off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talk about a little bit about the podcast that we did today.
I had a nice sit down with Mike Doty right here in the press box this afternoon. 35 minutes of question and answers that Coach Doty didn't hold anything back. We asked, he answered everything, so those are always kind of a fun interview afternoon. Those are actually just got posted out on the Podbean site, so that's available on all popular platforms. You can catch it on your Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, now on iHeartRadio Podcast. So we hit all the popular platforms. Take a nice drive and sit back and listen to what Coach Doty had to say this afternoon.
So ball 4, and Dallas Center Grimes has 1 on second and first. And this is where Grinnell's got to be a little careful, because this team can really hit. And we'll see if Hannah can respond here in a positive way.
Now starting out the first 2 innings, they've had pretty good defense out there, so let's see if the fielders can help Hannah out.
That one bunted down. Hannah's going to pick it up, throw on to first, out. So now we have 1 on second, 1 on third.
Sacrifice brings up number 1, Morgan Rosenbeck.
So 1 out, 1 on third and second, and the chance for a sacrifice is still very prominent. Yeah, it looks like most likely squeeze play right here. There's the bunt, unsuccessful, down for strike 1.
We kind of saw that against Newton Friday night. They like to utilize that bunt and really suck the infield in, and hopefully they pull enough people off that they can make the advancement as they pass.
Well, DCG is
throw the ball around.
Ready to run. Popped up in the infield. Copernall comes down with it, and that'll keep them at third and second. So now, let's see if Grinnell can get out of here.
Not Maddie. First baseman, Cameron O'Brien.
This is where McKnight was very successful on Friday night. And they're going to intentionally walk her.
Potential walk to O'Brien.
So the bases are loaded.
Molly Cooney.
And Cooney's going to come out this time for Dallas Center Grimes. Doty wasn't even taking a chance. Two outs, 3 on. And the umpire is going to clean the plate off a little bit here.
A little faster action at the plate than what we saw Friday night.
For sure. Despite the first inning, this game's moved on. Bases loaded. And this one rounded out. Ella is able to throw it on. They throw home. And she's going to be out at home. So Dallas Center Grimes
Nice throw from the outfield all the way in.
Yes. I have my own opinion. Dallas Center Grimes gets a run, ties it up, go to the bottom of the third.
So we're tied 1-1, headed to the bottom of the third. So Lydia Rodebush leads off here in the bottom of the third. Grinnell and Dallas Center Grimes tied 1-1. Swung on for strike one. Update on the boys' baseball game. Grinnell's trailing 7-0. In what inning?
Guess it's the top of the third. I was
Top of
wrong
the third.
first time.
Well, it looks like I won't be making a doubleheader graphic tonight. Hopefully they can get one in there. And if anyone's going to get those guys riled back up, it's going to be Coach Stenberg. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up top for ball 2. A 2-1 pitch. Down the middle for strike 2. Two-two. Just grazed the outside of the zone. 3-2. See if Lydia can force a walk here. Three balls, 2 strikes. Up top in the corner for ball 4, and Lydia's headed to first base. Good plate discipline.
I'm just standing in the box.
Caitlin Van Kopernal up to bat now for Grinnell. Megan Hollingsworth is on first base now for Lydia Rodebush. That one down the middle for strike 1. One strike. Up in the corner for ball 1. One thing's for sure, Hollingsworth is ready to take off. Strike 2.
Update on the boys' game. So now it is the bottom of the third. 8-0. Maybe a quick game over there.
Uncharacteristic from that team. I said on the podcast, and I remembered it as I was saying it, tomorrow night will be the first time Knoxville comes back here since the sacrifice squeeze last year in the playoffs. So they're probably thinking some revenge. And one a really nice bunt. Caitlin only gets caught there at first, but Megan's on to second with one out. Yes, one out.
One out in the wind.
Back to the top of the order, number 12.
Last time up the bat, Megan put that out there on the left field fence.
Down the middle for strike one.
Was a little to the right-hand side, by the way, right behind the plate.
The wind seems to be picking up. What's going on here? Top corner there outside, 4-1. One ball, one strike. Hollingsworth up on second. Down the dirt, 4-2. Megan's practice swings between pitches are the exact same every single time.
Straight out.
2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. I don't know if this pitcher wants to go down the middle. Just trying to go around her, but
Well, considering that when you have Hollingsworth on second, if she put one all the way to the fence, that's probably a run in.
she's going to walk. So out comes Kate Kriegel up to bat. See if Kriegel can send one out of the park here. Probably don't want to hit down the middle with her either. Strike one. 2 on, 1 out for Grinnell. That flag over there is just going crazy. Up top, ball 1. Count is 1-1. And Kate gets a piece of this one. Is it going to drop? Yes, it does. It didn't get to the gap. Hollingsworth's going to sprint home. Can she get there? She does. And Grinnell leads 2-1. What an effort by Megan Hollingsworth. She took a little bit of an awkward slide in there, but she was able to get home. And Grinnell leads 2-1. So Kiana Kai's up to bat here for Grinnell. 1 out, 2 on. Grinnell leads 2-1 over Dallas Center Grimes. What an upset this would be. Kiana bunted that one down, and Grinnell got home! And Megan Doty sits clapping there at home plate, and she should, because Grinnell got all the way to first and third. So Hannah Behrens comes up to bat. What a play by Grinnell. Oh my goodness. Pivotal. So Grinnell now leads 3-1 with 1 out and runners at the corners.
They stick her hand right in there and make that touch.
Corners. Down for ball 1. And Kiana's head to second. So now you have opportunity for a sacrifice. And I got a ground out to that one. Throws on to home, and it is going to be safe again! Oh my goodness, and everybody's safe on at base. Grinnell leads 4-1 over Dallas Center Grimes.
Really heads up ball plans, what they're doing.
Okay. Sorry, we're getting microphone stuff figured out because of the wind. Yes, I'm on. Okay. Grinnell leads 4-1 over Dallas Center Grimes. That one's fouled. And it's not like they've been getting these plays on long pop-outs. They're getting these plays on just short little bunts.
Yeah, right now it's a lot of smart play from Coach Doty, sending them on. They need to take them home, and the batters off the bunts just making good judgment calls.
Halabosh doesn't drop, and Grinnell's not going to come home. Kiana stays at third. And out comes Ella McAlexander. (4-1), 2 outs, runners at the corners, and Ella's on bat. Up top for ball 1. Boy, these Dallas Center Grimes fans, they're kind of like chewing their nails. We're only in the 3rd inning. Still a lot of ball game left. I have no doubt in my mind Dallas Center Grimes could easily come back. Ella pops that one down to first, and it's going to be on for the out. Grinnell puts up 3 runs and leads 4-1 at the bottom of the 3rd. We're headed to the top of the 4th.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, 3rd generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So Dallas Center Grimes up to bat here at the top of the 4th inning. Grinnell leads 4-1 over Dallas Center Grimes. And here's the other crazy stat that I just thought of. This is the most runs Dallas Center Grimes has ever given up against Grinnell in the history of these teams playing each other. The most was 3 runs. So for them to tie that in an inning is like beyond me. That's my crazy fact of the day for you. That should be your trivia. Ball 1. Swung on, grounded down. Megan throws to first. Out for out number 1. Great heads up play there by the infield, and we got 1 out. So Osborne up to bat now for the Phillies. Just got the edge of the strike zone for strike 1. Doty calling out the pitch over to Hannah. That one down in the dirt, slipped just a little bit. Down for ball 2.
What is your weather looking like? Kind of off to the
Well,
northwest.
that's what I was looking at the clouds
thunderheads
over there.
building up over there.
Yeah. I knew it was supposed to storm just a little bit. I'm just trying to get Wi-Fi and stuff together. This one's going to be lined deep, and Kiana's going to get underneath it. Great grab by Kais. And out for out number 2.
So as we're looking out into the softball outfield, we're actually looking into the southwest side of the ball diamond. Just north of us sits our baseball fields that look to the northeast.
Grounded down. Hollabaugh makes the routine play onto first, and we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Grinnell leads 4-1 over the Dallas Center Grimes Phillies. So Ashlyn Imhoff leads off for Grinnell here in the bottom of the 4th. Grinnell leads 4-1 over Dallas Center Grimes. And Ashlyn fouls this one back. Did you really move back thinking it was coming towards us?
No, I thought just might come right in the window right beside me.
He kind of like leaned back. Looking at the radar, there is a little bit of rain over in Ames, and the storm track looks like it's headed right for us, so hopefully it breaks apart a little bit before it gets here.
At least get through 5 innings.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's just get through 5.
And then that's, as Coach Doty said earlier, slowly but surely they're making their goals for the season. Another little Hawkeye Conference win.
It's
over.
like he said, it's the small victories that count. And if you can, like they got that one over Oski. Sure, they may have lost the others, but you got that one, and at least gives you a little bit of confidence.
Yeah. And even if it was to split the night, that's still a win tonight.
Oh, yeah. Huge win. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no on for Imhoff. And man, she got a piece of that one, but it's headed out to right field. And whoa, what a catch! Was that by? Nope, he didn't catch it. Come on, Kaufman. Kaufman just dropped that thing on the fly. Jeez. We'll tweet him after the game. Imhoff almost hit with that pitch. 2-2.
Friday night we had a couple hits, as in players getting hit. Just
The wind carried that one perfectly into the gap for Imhoff, and she got on to first. Lydia Rodabush up to bat.
Speaking of players that got hit, Lydia got hit twice. Once Friday night, she even had to describe it to the umpire.
Right there, right on her knee. Man, we got big man Plaguey coming out here to talk with Coach Doty and his 2 players here. So Lydia's not going to be hitting. And it's going to be is it one of the Copernals? Looks like Kelsey.
Coach Plaguey back on the first base box tonight.
Kelsey Van Camperno.
After his anger management classes, he's back on.
Took Friday night off.
He's ready to go. So Kelsey Van Copernal is up to bat now for Grinnell. Yeah, I think pretty safe to say. There's the bunt and drops. Tell you what, DCG's got some fast girls.
If you're tuning in for the first time on our YouTube live stream channel, click down on the bottom, say you like what you see tonight. Also subscribe to our channel. Oh, just over 600 and some subscribers tuning in.
Outside, ball 1. It's amazing how I look over here and then quickly, it is crazy how kind of dark it is starting to get over there onto that northeast side.
It could be the darkness falling upon the
That baseball team.
baseball field, which is now 10-0 at the top of the 5th.
Well, does that mean, is that mercy rule?
After 5.
Yeah.
15 after 3. 10 after
So they got to finish the bat,
5. Yes.
and then they have the opportunity to bat the bottom, though, to save it.
Yes. Yep.
Godspeed. Kelsey is doing everything in her power right now to get this bunt. And the count sits at 2-2. Yeah, I think that baseball team will be wanting some rain. We don't want rain over here, but we can take it just after the 5th inning. And went down for strike 3. So now comes out her sister, Caitlin Van Copernal. So we'll see what Kate can do here. One on, one out. Up top for ball 1. Low, ball 2. Yeah, this storm system's moving pretty quick. Down for a bunt. Caitlin races. Did she get there? No, she didn't. Out for out number 2. So Ashland's up on second. And guess what? They're going to intentionally walk Megan here. So Megan's going to head to first. So Caitlin Kriegel coming up to bat here for Grinnell with 1 on second, 1 on first, 2 outs. Just to the side for ball 1.
I don't think Kate was really expecting the intentional walk. She still had her catching gear on. She had to knock off her stuff to get out there on the
Down the corner again, ball 2.
batting box.
Luckily, if the rain does show up, it doesn't look like it's going to be too severe. Just probably a little bit of heavy rain for, gosh, probably only 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long ways away.
Yeah, it might just clip us. Seems like every rain system clips Grinnell. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Kriegel pops that one out to left field, and it drops. So that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th. We're headed to the top of the 5th. Grinnell leads 4-1 over Dallas Center Grimes.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, 3rd generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit pollyi'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Pollyi's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So Maria Hendricks leads off for DCG here in the 5th. See if Grinnell can keep going here. It's been a strong game so far. One up in the corner for ball 1. Swung on into the gap. Nope, Ella is able to come down with it, and DCG is going to stay on first. Great play by Ella out in the outfield to make sure that didn't go very far. But DCG puts one on first.
Now batting, Hannah Rustenberg.
Baseball game over.
1 out, bottom of the 5th. DCG up 10-0.
Rough night over there with the baseball diamond. Strike one. That one popped to right field. I don't know if Grinnell's going to be able to get there, and they don't. So down for strike two. Just outside for ball one.
I think for a moment Kate turned around and said, "Are you looking at the same thing I'm seeing?"
That one line down to center, and DCG's got two on with nobody out.
Top of the order, Kylie Miracle.
So here come the Phillies. Miracle up to bat now for Dallas Center Grimes. Grinnell still leads 4-1. As that one line down, Copernall throws on to first, out for out number one, and now we're in the same position that we were in a couple of innings ago, where they got two on second and third and only one out.
Brings up Morgan Rosenbeck.
All right, looks like at the baseball diamonds we have a game. Ended in the 5th.
Don't say it in a happy way.
Dallas Center Grimes takes game 1 of the doubleheader for the boys, 10-0.
That was a beautiful pitch. Fell right in there for strike one.
I think the DCG batter was just kind of amazed that it had a little bit of a float, didn't really know what to do with it.
No balls, one strike, one out, two on. That one popped out to right. Caught by Copernall. DCG's going to come home. Kate made a great play, and DCG sits on third. Two outs, one on. Great play by Copernall.
Brings up number 4.
And now
Cameron
Grinnell's
O'Brien.
lead's cut to 2. No pressure at all. Hannah keeps looking over here. Nope. She's gonna pitch. This should get interesting. Two outs, one on. Down the corner inside for ball one. And now having a quick little adjustment here. Little talk. We'll be back here tomorrow night, not back here at the softball diamond, but we will be back here at the baseball facilities for the boys' baseball game against Knoxville. Hopefully they come in on a one-game winning streak.
And then after tomorrow night's game, we'll be back on Friday for the doubleheader for the girls' softball game, Friday night.
And that's against Indianola. Oh, boy. That'll be interesting. Indianola has only lost 4 games all year. Hannah got one inside there, or outside in the strike zone for strike one. Grounded, Hollabaugh, or Imhoff steps on first, and that retires the side. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Grinnell leads 4-2 against Dallas Center Grimes. So Keonic High is leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. Grinnell leads 4-2 over Dallas Center Grimes. Outside for strike one. One ball, one strike. It's going to be really close on this rain because now it's starting to move just a little bit more south. So it'll be really hit or miss. We might catch the corner, but should be safe away from the other one. Let's keep it out here. I would like more clouds though. Sitting down. Strike three. So out comes Hannah. Out to bat for Grinnell. The Hannah Bee starts. As she grounds that one right up the middle. A beautiful play, and Hannah's on first. She is really doing everything she can tonight.
Yeah, Hannah in the past 2 or 3 games that we've seen, she's been a pretty effective hitter.
So Lindsay Hollabaugh to bat now for Grinnell. 1 on, none out. Or 1 on, 1 out, excuse me. As that was down the dirt, 4-1. And the umpire yells no. Count is 1-0. Evens it back up. Strike one.
Is that Hayden Hole, base runner?
I don't know.
33?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Count is 2-1. Down low for 3-1. This just doesn't seem like the Dallas Center Grimes team we're used to seeing this year.
I like this Dallas Center Grimes team.
Me too. I like this.
I don't want to speak too loud. They'll throw me out of the press box.
What a beautiful hit. Hayden stayed on second. Man, that was close. But either way, what a great hit by Lindsay Hollabaugh. And now up to bat is Ella McAlexander. Hayden almost jumped off that bag. And they're going to have a quick timeout.
She had a little bit of height out there. She's able to stretch out.
Indeed. Alrighty. Ella stepping into the batter's box. Up top for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and 2 on. Hayden on second, Hollabaugh on first. Outside, ball 2. Two-0. Swung on, strike 1. Grinnell still leads here in the bottom of the 5th, 4-2 over DCG. Ella pops that one down closely, and she's going to be out at first, but that puts runners on third and second. So Ashlyn Imhoff up to bat now for Grinnell, and they are going to intentionally walk her. So out comes out Kelsey Van Kopernal up to bat. So let's see what Kelsey can do here. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners on third and second. I know Grinnell would love to extend this lead if they could. Outside for ball 1. Bases loaded.
Pick up that run.
This will be a big at-bat here for Kelsey. Outside for ball 2. Boy, it'd be great if we could walk.
Yeah, if she could hold on. I'm sure the coach is just knowing that all she does bunt most of the time. So to actually make her, force her to hit or watch the ball.
That one grounded down and gonna get her at first. Great play though by Grinnell either way. That'll do it for the bottom of the 5th. We're headed to the top of the 6th. Grinnell leads 4-2 over Dallas Center Grimes.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, 3rd generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you, Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polyeis Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So Cooney up to bat here for Dallas Center Grimes. The Phillies trailed the Tigers 4-2, but I'm not complaining. And as you'll probably be able to see, it is going to get darker out on the field. We do have that storm system just to the northeast of us, or the northwest of us, coming in from the northwest, and it probably most likely will hit Grinnell. So yeah, hopefully we can finish this one out, and then it rains, and then we see what happens for the second game, but I don't think it should be too much of a problem. No balls, 1 strike. Again, we probably won't have a chat with player or coach after this game, probably just after the doubleheader is completely over tonight. Hopefully Coach Doty isn't sick and tired of talking to us. The 1-1 pitch.
He'll be ready to chatter after this game.
Well, we gotta wait for it to be over. Two one. Wow, must have just missed the strike zone. 3-1. I mean, technically, this should be 2 outs down because Dallas Center Grimes got those extra 5 outs. She thought that thing was a strike, but it ended up being a ball, so now we have a full count at 3-2. What's your radar saying? Looks like it doesn't say anything at all.
Fat fingers can't get the thing to start. It's kind of falling apart a little bit. Oh, nice catch.
Lindsay Hollabaugh makes the athletic play, and that's 1 down. Well, what in the world are you looking at?
Now batting, Riley Feely.
Whatever.
It's starting to fall apart as it gets closer.
Grinnell goes untouched. Strike 1. What's that they always say on the 8th day God created baseball? So he'd never want to interview. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Or top of the 6th, excuse me. Man, I'm just ready for this game to go. One ball, 1 strike for Hannah. Outside, 4-2. That one cracked to left field. Ella comes down with it. She had the shades on. It's okay. 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Lauren Osborne.
It's a way to take care of business out there in the field. Helps the
Grinnell,
pitcher out in the circle.
Yeah. If Grinnell can hang on here.
Actually, little does DCG know that every one they swing on and pop out saves Hannah's arm a little bit longer.
Because as far as we know, she's batting for this second game. Ella's going to sprint. Never mind. Megan Doty makes the grab. We're headed to the top of the bottom of the sixth. Grinnell leads over DCG 4-2. So Kate Van Copernall up to bat for Grinnell. That one just great, and I mean just great the strike zone. Swung on for strike two. Just scraped outside for ball one. Two. Swung on for strike three.
Back to the top.
So Megan Doty up to bat for Grinnell.
Megan Doty.
Outside, ball one. One 1-1.
That was just off the side, yes.
Down the dirt for ball two. 2 runs just ain't satisfying my stress levels right now. That one lined over the shortstop's head, and it's not quite going to drop in the gap, but Megan gets to first. So out comes Caitlin Kriegel up to bat. Man, Gibson, even when he's not watching the baseball games, out here cheering on the girls softball team. He's a man of many teams. fouls that one. Look out. Someone just got hit. Guy in a blue shirt over there just got hit. It'd be all right. He's got it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. That rolls off the tongue nicely. Megan runs to second. What a slide. Count is 1 and 2. You know Kriegel wants to crank this thing out of the ballpark. Down low. 2-2.
She has a nice eye at the tiger head right there in the center field.
Two. Swung on. This one popped to left field. Can DCG get there? They do. Wow, she took a hit. Oh, did she drop it? Oh, she did catch it. Wow. All we could see from over here was the fence line just kind of move. So Kiana Kai is up to bat for Grinnell. I give up on this radar. This system has gone left to right to left to right. I don't know. Now it kind of looks like it's going to miss. I don't know.
I told you it was going to.
You said it was going to break apart. You never said it was going to miss.
That's the same thing as missing.
Yeah. Who knows? It is dark, though. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Megan's on second. Kiana gonna try to knock one out of here. Check swing. And they're gonna say she followed through. 0-2, excuse me. The brink of the 7th inning right here. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. We're headed to the top of the 7th. Can Grinnell hang on? We'll figure out when we come back. They lead 4-2 over Dallas Center Grimes. Welcome back. We're in the top of the 7th inning, and you know what that means. Really stressful times. Grinnell leads 4-2 over Dallas Center Grimes. This makes or breaks it. Grinnell has never beaten Dallas Center Grimes. They're going to try to do it here. And Hannah starts us off with a strike. Honestly, she has pitched a wonderful game for such short notice. Very, very impressive game. No balls, 1 strike. Swung on, grounded. Copernall throws to first, and we're 2 outs away.
Number 9, Maria Hendricks.
2 more. Yes, please no lightning just to hold this thing. Let's finish this thing before the rain comes, because yeah, it's for sure coming. Up top, ball 1. Gosh, I hope we don't get one of those crazy wind bursts that comes through whenever a storm comes through. Perfect Iowan weather. It's all clear blue skies to the left and to the right, dark clouds. Swung on, grounded. Hollabaugh catches it on the hop, and they can't get it on to first. Big missed opportunity there. And DCG has one on first.
Now batting, Hannah Ruschenberg.
Things get interesting, because why wouldn't they get interesting? Nothing comes easy. They're going to have to fight for it. 1 out, 1 on. Down the dirt for ball 1.
There's an interesting twist on that ball.
The more this game stalls, the quicker the weather system moves. Great pitch, but it's just up top for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on for the Phillies.
That was
Just low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ugh, man. Ball 4. We put 2 on base with 1 out.
Now batting number 7, Kylie Miracle.
Kylie Miracle coming out for DCG. Hopefully she doesn't hit a miracle out of the park. And we'll take a little break here as Grinnell has a quick timeout. Alrighty. 1 out, 2 on. Grinnell still leads over DCG 4-2. Swung on, lined in the gap. Kiana hops on it, throws on to the home, and it's going to get through Caitlin's legs. They throw on to first, and she is going to be safe. Safe, and Hannah, I think, got kicked in the jaw. Yeah, I think a cleat, yeah. Cleat just nailed Hannah right in the throat. Not what Grinnell wanted to see. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like she got cleated right there in the throat. That ball came home, and it went right through Kate's legs. And that brought DCG home. So now we sit 4-3. Man, Hannah, rightfully so, obviously in pain and discomfort there. So now the score is 4-3 with a 1 out.
Morgan Rosenbeck.
And Rosenbeck up to bat. 1 on third, 1 on second. Man, this is going to get interesting. Up top for ball 1. That rain system is just outside of Grinnell. Hopefully this thing can finish up. That one laid down for a bunt. Going to be a foul. Doty obviously not very happy about it. And he's going to head back to the dugout. Try to keep calm here. DCG's doing everything they can to win this ball game. 4-3, 1 out, 1-1 is the count. One. Swung on, grounded. Copernall can't come down with it. Throws on to first, and she's safe. And Dallas Center Grimes ties the ball game.
Now batting, Cameron O'Brien.
I would imagine an intentional walk here if I'm Grinnell. Strike one. DCG puts one on third and one on second. Oh, man. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for the Phillies. We're tied 4-4 here at the top of the 7th. That one down in the dirt. Hannah never seemed the aggressive type, but if she's got any aggressiveness in her, we could use it. Lined foul. Grinnell caught a break. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. This is DCG's top hitter right here, so for Grinnell to be in a hard position, this is the hardest one they're going to get right here. Something just happened over at the baseball field. 1-2. This one popped up and caught. DCG is going to bring another home. And is she out? She is! What a play by Kate Kriegel! Oh my goodness! Wow, that was an athletic play. Her back's a little sore after that one, but man, what a play. We're headed to the bottom of the 7. Grinnell tied 4-4 with Dallas Center Grimes. Hannah Barron's up to bat. We're sorry for the thing over the top. We're trying to lighten up the screen. If not, we could just pull it back on. It'll just be a little bit darker. And Hannah swung on, ground out, down for out number 1. So out comes Ashlyn Imhoff up to bat for Grinnell. So Lindsay Hollabaugh up to bat now. That one outside for ball 1. Yeah, it'll be a little dark here to end because we don't have. We're trying to adjust to the storm that's moving in, but I'll try my best to commentate it so we can see. That one outside, up in the corner for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. In the bottom of the 7th. Let's see what Hollabaugh's got. This one fouled. Oh, man. Two-one pitch. Swung on, popped up, and easily caught. No pressure, Ella McAlexander, who steps up to bat here for Grinnell.
Brings up left fielder, Ella McAlexander.
So we'll see what she's got. Big, big, big out. Right on the line here. Ella swings on, and it got into the gap, and Grinnell's got a chance. Great play, and out comes Ashlyn Imhoff up to bat for Grinnell. Well, if Grinnell's got a chance to win the ball game, it's going to be right here. You got a speedy Ella McAlexander on third or on first. If this one comes into the gap, or excuse me, that's not Ella out there now. Okay. So here we go. Down low in the corner, outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on line and steps on. We're headed to extra innings. To the top of the 8th we go. DCG tied with Grinnell 4-4. Alrighty, so Molly Cooney is going to lead off for DCG. We're tied 4-4 now in extra innings. Right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. Swung on, down in the gap. And DCG's got 1 on first.
Brings up Riley Feely.
That rain system's just kind of sitting there. There's not much going on. It seems to, I mean, it's kind of breaking apart, and then it'll fire back up. Praying for no rain here.
Ellie Nelson to run.
So a replacement runner there. And we're going to have a quick timeout here. Coach is going to come over and talk. All right, so out of the quick little timeouts there, we're still tied 4-4 here in the top of the 8th. 1 on, none out for DCG. This one bunted high and drops. Foul. Bailey Kriegel did not want to catch that softball. Man. A 1. High for ball 2. I really don't want to believe it, but this system is going to miss Grinnell. After all that, it's going to miss us.
That's it?
Yeah,
We can talk about that for an hour.
that's it. That one's going to stay fair. Kate throws to first, and it can't be caught. DCG runs to third and second. Copernall looks like she maybe have slipped and then just could not make the grab. And now DCG in prime position with no outs and 2 on.
Now batting number 10, Lauren Osborne.
So Osborne up to bat now for DCG. Probably not what Coach Doty wanted to see was his pitcher, who probably is going to pitch in the next game, having to go into extras here. In the dirt. And they got her stuck in a jam. If she can get out. They throw on, and she's safe. Grinnell wasn't able to come up with it. There were so many people running everywhere, the batter wouldn't get out of the way. And then she finally backed up.
You got to run into her, though. You got to run into that batter, and you get interference called.
So still on second and third. And nobody's out. Worst case scenario for Grinnell.
That's strike the ball.
I'm not sure what they called it. I think it was a ball, yeah. Swung on into the gap, and this is going to bring home 1. They throw on to second, and she's out at second. For some reason, DCG didn't run home there, even though they've been trigger happy to run home all night. Oh, man. 5-4, DCG leads.
Just to give you an idea of what we've been looking at, there you get a good view.
That's some pretty nice cloud formations over there.
Yeah, it is. Not to think that Blake's crazy, keeps saying that it's going to rain, but
I'm not crazy. It is said. It has just started to break up literally in Powder County.
Once we get the dark cloud out of the, I have to remember that. Once you get the dark cloud out of the back front, it lights the screen up.
Didn't even mean to do it. One on third, one out. Strike one. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of a disagreement here. DCG coach.
It's okay, you're head coach.
Yeah.
Look at there. Thank you.
Throw him out. Throw him out. He's not going to throw him out. Darn. So, we're going to have another adjustment here. If the rain was coming, I'm surprised it isn't here yet. We have slowed this pace down so much. Technically, the second game probably would have started by now. So what's he doing here? Doty's not happy, whatever they're saying. What oh my gosh. I'm not even sure what the problem is. I really don't know what the problem is here. Hey, we're finally playing again. I have no idea what that was all about.
I think you're only allowed so many visits. I think that's what they're complaining about. It's exceeded his, you're only allowed so many timeouts.
Oh.
That may be what they're talking about.
Wow, well, that one went high.
I don't know what it counts. Is that too strict?
That would be 2-1. Oh, man. That one popped to right field, and it drops foul. Man. 5-4, Dallas Center Grimes lead in top of the 8th inning, which has felt like it has gone on forever. I feel like we've already played 1.5 games. That one dropped down, thrown on to first, out, and DC3 brings another one home. So make the score 6-4. And Grinnell's going to have to get set for a big rally. Now Doty's going to have another talk with the ump here. Probably wondering another thing in the box. Oh my gosh. This game's not going to end. Now they're going to have a chat about, he was pointing over at the box. I have no idea.
Now batting number 9, Maria Hendricks.
We should mic up Doty next game.
Mic up Mike Doty, you mean?
Yeah. What did I say? Mic up Doty. Mic up Mike Doty there. Be nice to hear what he's got to say. Really nice cloud formations over top. Get some good pictures tonight. Get a good picture of that one right down the middle for strike one. It's funny because it's going to be like dark here for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then we'll be back to sun.
Need to turn lights on.
Yeah. That one popped out deep. Kiana running back and makes the grab. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Can Grinnell rally? They're down 6-4. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, third generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit pollyi'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Pollyi's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Alrighty, get your rally caps on. Gonna be an interesting ending here. Down there for ball 1. Down the middle for strike 1. Inside, or outside, I should say, down for strike 2. See what Grinnell can do there.
I disagree with that call.
Low and outside. Off the plate.
Swung on, fouled. Kelsey's going to keep it alive here. Or excuse me, Kate.
Get one on base and they can hit her home.
Yeah, the Copernals need something right now. If there's not a good time for Lightning, it's right now. Up top, ball 2.
Hands are starting to scatter.
Uh-oh. Fouled again. Of all times for the rain to maybe start coming down. Oh, man. Crazy clouds over top of the field right now. Looks pretty cool. 2-2. Fouled again. The old radar is looking like rain.
Oh, must be good rain.
I learned from football down for
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled again. Oh, it landed right on top. Macy Harris was ready to catch it. She's working the the concession stand over there. She was ready to catch that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kelsey is not going down. Fouled again. Man, it really got dark.
Yes, it did.
Like, it's hard to tell on the camera, but if we had left it on that different setting. Wow, Kelsey hung in there. She's got a full count at 3-2. Alrighty. Can she hang on? 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got her for strike 3. It was a great fight, but she just couldn't hang on, and now comes out her sister.
How about your right fielder, Caitlin Van Compernal.
Kate comes out.
Sad thing is that strike didn't look any different from the balls, so
And he was so slow on it. He was like, eh. Megan is up to bat, but we probably need one on base. And there's a strike. Oh, it is downpouring over there to the north of us. Strike two. That's not ominous at all. Umbrella's starting to come out. A little bit of wind coming through, so the storm front is coming through. After talking about it for an hour, it's finally going to show up. Up top for a ball.
few drips up on the.
Everybody's getting kind of antsy. They're starting to stand up around the ballpark here. One ball, two strikes. Foul. She's going to go the same route as her sister and try to work this thing full. I just felt the raindrop somewhere. Here comes the wind. Yeah, heavy downpour to the north of us, coming right for, or to the west of us. Swung on and fouled. We're sorry for the wind. We're moving our cameras back. I don't think we're going to finish this game before this rain shows up. Let's see. We're going to try to close the window here.
There's a nice cushy seat in there.
Probably want to close this window here. There's a lot of wind, a lot of rain coming here. Everybody's trying to file away. That one's down the dirt for the ball.
Well, Mother, you're going to get caught in it.
Probably want to close this at best. It is really coming down. Oh my goodness. The rain is just coming here. We just closed the window. You should still be able to see. That one fouled again. How long have we been at this at bat? There's baseball people heading, running away. Dallas Center Grimes people are running away. Grinnell just got a base hit over there on the baseball field. There's everything going on. Heavy rain over to the west. And meanwhile, everything's happening. Strike three. Megan Doty's going to come out and try to hit a home run in a hurricane. So out comes out Megan Doty. Out two. 2 outs. That one's down the dirt for ball one. It is absolutely downpouring out to the west. We're having a part. We're having a party up here in the press box. Swung up high, down for ball two. Everybody's running out of here. Up top. 3 balls, no strikes.
Oh, shoot. One. Yep. 2 outs there. Yep, close.
3-0 pitch. Strike one. It might. I mean, it's already starting to raid sideways as we're looking outside, but they're going to try to finish this game. Yeah, if we get a lightning bolt, that'll get people going. Outside for ball 4, so Megan's going to run on to first and extend this game longer. So if Grinnell has a chance to tie this game up, we'll just have to see. 2 outs. Up top for ball one. Yeah, mostly everyone's cleared out of the stands here. Everybody's clearing out of the baseball field over there. One on. And it goes down the middle for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing's though, the Storm moving pretty quickly. Should be able to get through.
Well, the wind's kind of switched more out of the northwest, and you can see it's really affecting the pitch as it comes in. It has a nice little kind of swagger to it as it makes its way to the plate.
Oh, here it comes. Yep. Up top for ball 2. It is really coming down now.
I haven't seen 1 ounce of lightning, though.
Yeah, I haven't either. I think it's just going to be a quick storm pouring through. Our window's barely hanging on. That one fouled.
Nobody there to run after that one
Nope,
now.
no one wants to go get that one. And we still have a game after this. The biggest part's going to come right through Grinnell, it looks like, here on the radar. What's that say? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled again. Kate Kriegel does not want to get out of this weather, I can tell you that. She's hanging in tough. No matter what happens here, good fight for Grinnell today. Just a few errors here in the end are going to end up possibly what's costing them, but still overall against Dallas Center Grimes, to keep it close like this, game 2 should be pretty interesting. Swung on and hit on to first base, and that'll do it. Grinnell loses in extra innings to Dallas Center Grimes. Good fight, though. 6-4 is the final score. The rain's going to move through the area. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back for game 2. Again, Grinnell loses to Dallas Center Grimes 6-4.